unfortunately, the chips have not fallen in their favor. And as a result, they're competing for either the 11th or the 12th place. And it's fallen loose immediately. And a knock-on from Tunisia. Scrappy start. Oh, scrum battle. Turnout. Looks like Ivory Coast are not interested in letting it go on too long. Maybe not favoring themselves in the physical contests. Bassono goes to ground. And now, Cote d'Ivoire straight up the center. Tunisia struggling to cope. Can they retain possession? No rolling away. So the tap and go surely here on the Ivory Coast, and they move forward again. Bassono. Oh, he's been chopped down in a serious way. And now working the gap on the blind, in for the try. Tunisia have been done in here in the opening minutes by a game Ivory Coast side, which is up for the running and seemingly very fit even in the last match of the tournament. Over it goes. Can you believe that? Raising the flags. Up go Tunisia, it's bouncing back in the direction. No knock-on called, and the pick up and go. The ankle tap is on Siami Nancy.
No.
Opportunity to consolidate, but flooding over the top of that ruck. Or the Ivory Coast players eventually punished for it. Those players seemingly did retreat the 10 meters. Loose offload delivered by Deef. And now Tunisia on the attack, looking for the switch, but no, going forward is Diab. Diab gets the pass away to Chetley. Chetley. Deef. Chopped down. Can Ivory Coast get in over the ball? No, they cannot. It's Chetley again. They're moving it out wide, and it's in the hands of Fuika. Fuika in the corner. He won't be stopped. Tunisia hit back immediately. And we might have a free-flowing rugby match on our hands between these two sides. Both here in this match to keep their pride intact, to make sure they finish off on a winning note before the long travels they'll have back to their home countries. Restart from Aliouf Deef. Ivory Coast looking very sharp here in this match, must be said. Come with serious intent to their final match of the weekend. They're looking fit and sharp. We have now some space on the outside. The inside ball's a dream. Not enough pace to complete the try, but that pass might just make it. No knock-on around the corner and under the bar for sure. Cote d'Ivoire! They're lighting it up here. Spectacular play, keeping hope alive. Each and every supporting player in position to support. And Kono Wa Fofongo Abulaye is the try scorer for Ivory Coast. Tunisia must be wondering what hit them. A side that has not impressed all that much at the tournament, although they did get an upset victory on day one. The restart is from Koulibaly Batier. Working the numbers on the blind side here. Back onto the inside from Tunisia, doing very well with the ball in hand, but that's come loose and it's a knock-on. It's all going horribly wrong.
Okay.
Moroccans will be...
7. Pilier gauche, tu pousses à travers.
Once more, a penalty coming away of the side which is being dismantled at scrum time. Some illegal scrummaging technique there from Tunisia. Wheeling the scrum around. Not getting go forward on both sides. Now Cote d'Ivoire have the chance to counter Richard.
Placard, lâche.
Tunisia in over the ball, but in from the side would appear.
Le plaqué.
Well, they're getting penalized time after time.
Jouer.
And they cannot impose themselves physically on this Cote d'Ivoire side. Look at that turnover. But he's put his hands on the ground first, and he's punished for it. Is Siami Nancy. Now trying to inject pace is Batier.
Placard,
Tunisia wide to it. They managed to get across and shut it down. Cote d'Ivoire looking to kill off this Tunisian team with energy. That man playing with a do-rag on his head. The style is impeccable. And that's Balyoko Sovalio, style leader of the Cote d'Ivoire side. Doing very well to deal with two defenders there, Basono
Placard.
Ish.
Arrête, arrête.
And that's the halftime hooter, looking for something on the blind. Sure, he wouldn't mind being tackled into touch.
Placard.
And Richard does eventually get there. His foot's out into touch.
Touche pour les blancs.
And that will
Non,
signal
non, non,
the
pour vous
halftime
pas
whistle.
jouer. Parce qu'il a touché après. Hein?
Halftime whistle, which is now blown, and they must be extremely elated with themselves thus far, Cote d'Ivoire. They've completely kept this Tunisian side under control, trying things but failing in the face of defensive pressure from these Northwest African players. They're really giving a great account of themselves here in their last match of the weekend. At halftime, it's 14 points to 7, Ivory Coast leading Tunisia.
Good.
Underway, this one will be going to 10 meters, but will it go directly out into touch? It's just error after error for this Tunisian side. You can sense their frustration. They're not letting themselves get going in this game. And on the other end, Cote d'Ivoire are bringing it to them. They're so keen for this final match. It's great to see. Oh, and here's the big boy. On the run, chopped down. Excellent tackle technique. Wide it goes from Batier. And that kick through might just work out. The bounce is looking decent, and it's going to hold up just before the try line. Any way this works out, it might work out for Cote d'Ivoire. Hard work on the try line from Nadiwa Hamani. But eventually he is forced to take the ball back over the line, and that will result in a 5-meter scrum for the Ivory Coast.
Set, don't push me.
Ready to scrum now.
Play on.
Ivory Coast struggling to cope, and it does come back on the side of Tunisia. Khalifa fresh off the bench. He throws a dodgy one to the inside. The speed of that pass from Cote d'Ivoire has given them options now. And with the Tunisian defense rushing up, one beaten defender could just spell trouble. But they get in over the ball, Tunisia. And that's exactly how to deal with the situation. Oh, driving over and turning the ball over, Sabi Dif. And now Khalifa, their number 7 on the outside. Impact player of note, trying to wrap him up. Spread the other way by Dihab. Dif, the player that made the turnover that started all of this for Tunisia. Back to Dif again.
Placard, sort.
Ivory Coast waiting to attack that ball on the ground. The gap never opened. Oh, now holding up the pass, something special, Nancy. Nancy's looking for support. He switches to Chetley. Chetley gets past 1 or 2. Placed back. And now it's one-on-one on the outside. He's going to back himself, and he's been tackled into touch. Wild to try for that small gap on the outside. Cleo Khalifa. Oh, Kafile, pardon me. Nadiwa Hamani, who did so well to hold that ball up on the try line. Oh, it's gone horribly wrong. Oh, that is a nightmare turn of events for the Ivory Coast. Fresh off the bench with his first touch, Bilal Soken just walks it over the line effectively. And this conversion is going to be pressurized. There is a strong breeze which is picked up once more, which could have a massive effect on our remaining matches that we have, the 9th, 10th playoff, and then the bronze final, followed by the cup final. And the team sheets for those games are in. Excitement levels building. Crucial kick this, and it's gone very much to the left-hand side of the post. With the kickoff, this one's holding up well. Who really wants it? Tapped backwards. Is it going forward? Yes, it has. Yathin Chetley did very well, got there first. Everything went according to plan. It was exactly the way the set piece was worked out from the kickoff. Unfortunately, he just drifted forward as he tried to tap it back. And Tunisia continued to trail by 2. A gap, or do they try to play for the territory? Force Tunisia to run the length of the field. The penalty comes their way.
Oh, come to you.
And for all of these infringements, they can be very thankful for to Tunisia, who've been their own worst enemies on many occasions. Drifting into touch, and then line out. It will be in favor of Cote d'Ivoire. Well, it hasn't worked out for Ivory Coast, but they managed to get their clutches on the ball. The pass to the inside didn't work out. Try as he might, Koulibaly Batier, and quickly taken by Tunisia. Slightly on their heels, the Ivory Coast, but they advance now, and they appear to have the entirety of the field covered with their defensive line, but the short ball to the onrushing Bilal Soken. test them.
Advantage.
Now beyond the 10-meter line. This is the last chance saloon here for Tunisia. They really need to get it right.
Number 2. Numéro 2.
Yellow card. Delivered while the Tunisian side was continuing to attack.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Here.
I will not attempt to describe what happened there. But Tunisia are still on the ball, and now they're playing 7 against 6. Ivory Coast have been taken down one, assumedly for an infringement worthy of bringing a pause to the game. Oh, the dummy and go! But it's been wise to it and well tackled. Koulibaly Batia not letting the wily Rayan Khalifa get past him. One man down. Can Cote d'Ivoire hold on? They have just a 2-point lead. Any score will knock them over. Cleo Kafile chopped down, but there's space on the outside, and eventually resistance crumbles for the Ivory Coast. Heartbreaking stuff for a side that really deserves more, and they dot down to Tunisia. Try scorer Sabi Dif.
Hey, thank you, bro.
That makes it a 5-point gap, and we're heading back to the halfway line. Up it goes. Plenty of pressure, not taken to the skies. It was a choice from Mbira Eric. And they've lost the ball as a result. That brings a close to the match, and a hard-fought victory for Tunisia. It has been in the 11th, 12th place playoff. And we've got 9th, 10th coming up next.